Hello, this is just a very basic reminder of how brilliant the pelvis is. Okay, this is the female pelvis. It's an average sized female pelvis. You have the inlet of the pelvis here, which is wider from side to side. Then you have the outlet of the pelvis, which is wider from top to bottom, and you'll see why that's so important in a minute. You have the sacrum here that leads down to the coccyx, which is hinged in a woman, and you have the pelvic girdle just here. Okay, so for labour and birth, the little baby enters the pelvis ideally in the LOA position, that is with the baby on the mother's left hand side with the occiput to the front or anterior. Okay, so baby enters the pelvis like this in preparation for birth, and those lovely surges or contractions that come, they regularly move the baby slowly and further into the pelvic cavity. When the baby's head is in the pelvic cavity, and remember that we are wider from here to here and from here to here, the baby's head enters the pelvic cavity, and then those surges will continue to rotate the baby's head inside the pelvic cavity. Okay, so the baby's head is now in line for the outlet, which is wider from here to here, the same as our heads. Those surges continue to come, getting longer and stronger and closer together, and they help the baby descend down through the pelvis and out of the pelvic cavity. Okay, so the baby's head starts to emerge and is born. This is the really clever bit, because the baby's shoulders can now enter the pelvis here, where they're wider from side to side. Baby's head is born, okay, and the baby will now rotate or restitute to look towards the mother's thigh. Okay, that restitution now allows the shoulders to line up with the pelvic outlet, because we're wider from here to here. Once the baby's shoulders are lined up, the baby can descend through the pelvis and be born. Whilst that happens, the sacrum and the coccyx move up and out of the way. And when a woman is supported to adopt a position that she feels most comfortable in, she will naturally assume a position where the coccyx and the sacrum are up and out of the way. Her vagina, which is anatomically down here, is down with the gravity to aid. Not this position, which is what we see, because mum now has to push the baby up and out of the pelvis. Her sacrum and coccyx cannot move, and her vagina's up here somewhere, totally working against gravity. And that is the wonderful pelvis.